Why does your car matter so much to you? A friend asked. I replied, my car is a representation of who I am. It demonstrates the passion, the creativity, and empathy I have. The car provides me with freedom, takes me away from all my problems. It's almost as if when you're in your car, it expresses its soul with the roar of the engine and the glide from the speed. No matter what you drive, every car has its own soul just as the driver does. That's why it matters to me.
Yo, what's up, guys? I was gonna switch to like arts and crafts, but my apologies. What's up, guys? I was gonna switch over to something like arts and crafts or whatever, but I don't think Kick has that category. At least not yet. All right, let's turn on the flash. Excuse me. Get to wiring. This is going to take a minute. Started this on Saturday. We're still at it. You guys can't see what I'm doing here. Boom. Now you can. Yes, I'm still wearing the same coat. Shirt. That's the thing I'm looking for. Dave, what'd you say? David, come in. Say hi. Hello, my friend. Visit site. I will.
But it's just beautiful.
Facebook.
It's just beautiful.
Rocket ship
there must
golden
be
hour.
some. Exactly. I think it's something magical
Dave, if you
that just
want-
happens in South Texas at this time of day, and I can't explain it.
Let me know.
But it's unlike anywhere else in the world. And we're continuing to count down under 2.5 minutes now. Things are starting to get real. Deep breaths, everybody. Deep breaths.
Deep breaths.
And I will send you.
Just imagine being the folks in the control room that have to push the button here. Or rather, it kind of goes on its own. But
Yeah. I mean, even you could hear on the control loops from the first
Looks
run
like
of
booster
Starship.
propellant load
Yeah,
is
so-
ended because OLM vent is back. So propellant load has been completed on
Gotta start
Starship,
putting all this together.
and
That is
this
exactly
thing
what
is
we wanna
still
hear.
ticking down. I'm only hearing good words. Looks like
Yeah.
everything is ready
Bean
to
slicer,
go.
what
No
do you
expecting any holds or anything at the T-minus 40-second mark. Whew. And it's gonna fly
Yes,
through,
Alex.
right?
Deep breaths.
deep
Yeah.
breaths.
So for those
And-
that may not know the process, at T-minus 40 seconds, they go through that gate, right? That T-minus 40-second hold point, optional point. They don't expect to take that. Then they'll fly through. At T-minus 25 seconds, we get the detonation suppression system, this mist of water under the launch mount. Then the deluge system kicks in at T-minus 10 seconds. Engine ignition a few seconds later. Liftoff. The booster will head east over the Gulf. We're going to get, hopefully, that max Q vapor, right? That vapor cone. And hopefully we get through hot staging at T plus 2.5 minutes. Boy, we're getting there.
1
There's a lot going on.
minute
And I know we got a
to
minute
go.
left here, but the hot staging ring will not be a feature in the future. Is that right?
Well, they'll still
will
have
be
that hot
integrated.
staging ring, but it'll be integrated into the booster's design, so it won't be jettisoned.
Scene.
It'll be a reusable part of the vehicle. It's not a reusable
Joban
part of this
honk.
vehicle, though, however,
Joban
because unfortunately
honkaroos.
for Booster 15 and Ship 38, it is the end of the road for these two vehicles. We are now going through that T-minus
Let's see.
40-second point. We should be moving through, of course, those
Not
updates
holding.
that Alex is
So
listening into.
we are going for it.
Here
Let's
we go.
go.
Under 30 seconds now.
Go Bon
And SpaceX
Honkeros.
confirming we are going through that hold point, approaching
Flight director
20
is go for
seconds in the
launch.
count. And SpaceX is go for launch. We're go for launch. Everyone in chat, you've got to be go for launch. Keep an eye on the orbital launch mount, because for one final time, here comes that detonation suppression system.
Oh, shit.
And here comes...
Browser, turn off. I am sorry, guys. You can't hear any of that. Aw, shit. It's launching. Man, that thrust pattern is so fucking pretty. Look at that convergence. Disease. I got the perfect scene for this. There. There we go. You got all the necessary information there. Wow, that's a lot of thrusters on there. Anywho's. What did we have left? We had to combine the powers. By our powers combined, it shall be the best lighting there has ever been. So I need to combine these with these, which means I need to extend these because I didn't make these long enough to reach these. Okay, I did, but only barely. I'd have to tee off. All right, maybe I need to redo these for a better length. How are these looking? Are these a good length? Yeah, these are a good length. Okay, those are a good length. I do need to get this out though, so I can measure what a good length is. Get the fuck off. Sorry guys, I have a small roach problem and I do love the desk because, you know, warm electronics makes me depressed because I am actively treating for them and they're not here in this trailer because of me. They're in here because of a former roommate. I had this whole trailer to myself for 2 whole fucking years. Or at least a year. Not a single problem. She comes in, there's fleas everywhere, there's roaches everywhere. And I have to pay for it. Yeah, because the landlord refuses. Even though he's the one that told gave the room to the roommate. I had no say in it whatsoever. All right, we're going to make this, probably about this long. Cool. Got her power and ground. Aw, shit. She coming back down, guys. There's a tree in the way. That bitch is sitting stationary. Oh, no. They're just... Oh, shit. I thought they were just following it down perfectly, but no. That bitch didn't land properly. It's a good thing he's doing all these tests without people. Height sensors on that super heavy were a little off by about how tall the super heavy is. Jesus Christ, what in the Pokemon's going on? Alright. So, you have to turn on the soldering iron, bring it over with the extractor. The only downside to having only magnetic helping hands is I gotta hold the bitch. Come here, Iron. Come on. There we go. My favorite part about silicone coated wire. Yeah. We ain't busting no broke niggas. My bad. There's some words that you just shouldn't say, you know? Check the blue to blue. Which one's the longer one? Only barely. But it is. Now, which one of the yellows is longer?
Always a Dave, says Gar.
What's up, Dave? David, how are you?
Always a Dave says, I'm good, dude. How are you?
See the super heavy crash? I'm actually pretty good. Sure, Elon's less good. I don't think it's supposed to land like that. So get this. I'm live on YouTube, Twitch,
Always a
and
Dave
Kick.
says it landed as intended. It's part of the test.
Oh, okay. So he meant to destroy millions of dollars worth of tech. Be nice to have that much money. The hell is that streaking across the sky? What did I miss? All right, so all of these are good now. Oh, I thought I accidentally paused it.
Always a Dave says yes. This is the last iteration of MK2. The next launch is with MK3 ship and booster. They will look to catch the boosters and then eventually the ship with the launch towers.
Oh, nice. All right. Okay. Well, all right. Can I grab it? Thank you.
Always a Dave says, shortly they will be deploying dummy larger Starlink satellites. Then the ship will make its way down to the Indian Ocean, where it will perform a mock landing, slash catch, and splashdown.
Oh.
Always a Dave says, is this the second light you're working on now?
I mean, it's the same headlights, and it's the same pair of pieces. I didn't quite finish all of the wiring. I gotta put all the powers and grounds together into one. And the powers and grounds are just boosting the power and ground. So it's injecting power is all we're doing. Son of a bitch! I want to hold you together. All right. All right, fine. We're just going to set you up here. Oh my god. I can't do anything around here. All right. I think what I'm looking for is in the living room. flux gun.
Always a Dave says, did you get much done on the project car?
I didn't get anything done. It rained too much. All right, those are together. Say, get the fuck off my fucking desk, you piece of shit! Sorry. That was aggressive. I may have anger issues.
Always a Dave says, no.
To be fair, it's all because one of my former roommates that I didn't have any say on whether she lived here or not was such a messy fucking pig that now I have to pay for exterminators to take care of fucking roaches and fleas. I don't know if you know this, but those are the two hardest things to get rid of.
Always a Dave says, oh, I know.
She was a disgusting pig and a thief. That should be good for powers and grounds on this one. I just gotta heat shrink it. Yeah. I really gotta clean up. I don't know if this one is
Always
the,
a Dave says, so are those just headlights, or do they have the blinkers integrated?
So these, let me actually bring up an image of the lights. Well, it's not the Mondeo. Is this it? Sorta. Jesus Christ. Can I find it? That's the question. Let's go to shopping. We're pointless right now, so shut off. All right. I gotta find the right ones. There. So these technically do have the integrated turn signal because it deletes the... Alright. Because it deletes the turn signal area here. So this is low beam and high beam on this because we have a bi-LED projector retrofit. So this high beam section is just being extra lighting. We're doing demonize in here, and we're doing the double strips here. And that's what these are. These are those these are the double turn signal strips at the bottom.
Always a Dave says, okay, so what you're working on at the moment is basically daylight running lights.
Yeah. Daytime running lights and turn signal combination. So since these
Always
are
a Dave
RGB,
says, okay, gotcha.
yeah, so since these are RGB, both strips will be lit up white while he's driving. Then they'll turn off, flash amber in a sequence for his turn signal. And they have a whole startup animation and everything. And then when he goes to the show, he can just go rainbow. Or whatever the heck he wants to do. Purple and green. Pink and brown. If he can find brown. You don't just have like a color palette you can choose from. You gotta use the color wheel and dimmer to make the color you want. All right. I would love to show y'all the phone setup, but I honestly need another camera, like a wireless camera. Either that or I need to run a 20-foot cord to the camera because this is like 6 foot up off the ground right now. back in when I put it over here. So this is the cheap 2-to-1 heat shrink. All it does is prevent the wires from touching each other. I also have weatherproof with the glue in it for spots that are outside the lights. So this is ready to test. I suppose I could show you on the camera above me, or the one that's facing me, how the app works. To be honest, it would be easier for me to just words. They're failing. What was I saying? Like, at all? Non-ironically, my brain fucking deleted the last 20 seconds? Oh yeah, I could use that camera to just kind of face the phone towards.
Always a Dave says about showing the lights on. I'll wait till the finished product.
Well, I test at multiple stages along the way. And since this is near ready to install, final test stage is prior to install into the lights. And then I got to figure out why the high beams don't work right. The high beams don't work when he turns them on. But they work on the light. So I'm guessing I just got to wire backwards or something. But in both headlights? Did I get the positive and negative wrong? Not gonna lie, this is like one of my favorite songs by him. Mainly because I love classic rock. And to lessen confusion on myself, since I didn't have any red and white wires for the thin 20 gauge, when I combine them all into this, what fucking gauge is this? Where's the box? There it is. Ah, this is all 18 gauge. This will help bring as much power to the light as possible. But I was going to show you the application and how it works. There's a few videos online. Well, that was unfortunate. I rolled back so I could get the cap for this damn thing. Okay. Saw the sheen from it being in all of that.
Always a Dave says this will be the bright, flashy part of the flight as the ship starts interacting with the atmosphere.
Thank you for reminding me that we were watching that. Lego. Trying to go live on my lighting YouTube as well, but I had to ask for permission to live stream on that channel. It's not cut a wire. That was insanely hard to get. Hey, Dave. Was it mean of me to play this song while my ex was packing up her stuff when I told her to get the fuck out? on repeat.
Always a Dave says,
and on
nope,
like
not at all.
20
Hope you had it
giant
on repeat.
speakers throughout the entire apartment. And I had it queued up to play on her phone when she got in her car. Like, I'm sure people down the street could hear the music. I had a really good sound system. Because we basically lived in a duplex and the guy below us was totally chill.
Always a Dave says, I sure people down the street could feel the music.
All right. So those are good. I left those leads long because I don't know how long they'll actually have to be, but that's guaranteed to be long enough. I also don't know if I'm going to do some sort of Deutsch connector inside the light, or if I'm going to do a simple 2-pin. I don't know yet. But that should be all the soldering for this project. Yeah, that was another hour and a half to get that done. So I'm glad.
Always a
I
Dave
didn't do
says,
it
I
that night.
love that we can put cameras on rockets and spaceships and get full video during plasma interface, but we still struggle to get back to the moon.
That's probably, it might be, we might have never been there yet. Who knows? No? I mean, I hope we have, because, like, that's the United States' whole fucking shtick.
Always a Dave says, LOL.
1911 and fractional measurements got us to the moon and won 2 world wars. That's our whole shtick. If we don't have that, what are we? There's my fucking bits for this. I was looking everywhere for those. I'm a fucking idiot!
Always a Dave says, haha.
I mean, I'm a fucking idiot.
Always a Dave says, oh, pretty colors.
All I see is Winky Boys. see. Let me not do that. Jesus Christ. I am all tangled. Stupid fucking bullshit. Well, he's speaking your language, Dave. It looked like an underwater fucking volcano for a second. The camera angle. Ooh, nice. Hopefully it hits that landing zone. Got some smart people on the job, but fingers crossed. Ah, shit. One of them's good. The other one, I gotta figure out where it's. God damn it. What? So one of them is good. The other one, not so much. Let's take off the power boost and see if that's the cause. That is the cause. All right. So the power boost. Oh, I think that's it right there. Oh, I see what I did. First one I did, it's backwards. Yeah, I got the power and ground reversed. Luckily, the system is quite robust in that regard. Hey, I fixed it. Okay. Oh, come on now. You've got issues. Show me your issues. Tell me your issues. Come on, baby. Show me what it hurts. Let the power drain from the capacitors. That was her issue right there. Solder this a bit better. Cool. Skip. Oh, shit. Can't have that yet. Alright. Try and set this up so I can show you guys. Cool. Still good with the power boost. There's a remarkably large amount of shit flying off of this. No, no. Cool. Okay. 3 offset on that. And that should be it. This one's got a loose data line. Yeah, the input data is a little loose. How did she fall? Starship 38. How much money does this man have? Aquamoose, good evening, sir. Fucking motherfucker. Yeah. Man, this man just jinxed a future manned mission. That motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hold on. I gotta fix this. So I'm building. I have the TTS. I can copy that. I can go into the game scene. This TTS ain't working apparently. So this has an issue with the power boost.
Always a Dave says, I hope to get my new toy in a few weeks.
I hope so too. What in the fuck is causing this? All right, so it is due to. Well, that might be why it's not working. That was a good one. Boom, fixed it. Now I just gotta plug in the other one and make sure it is fixed. There. Cool. It took, what is that, an hour and a half? But we got it figured out. Now I just gotta fully set all of these lights, and that's gonna just take a couple of days to do, because we do a layer of this over the top to hold everything down permanently. This is the setting called Kaleidoscope. Got Interstellar. I know you can't see any of these, how they're going. But yeah, we're going to lay some of this on there. To fully set all of the LEDs into place. And then we're going to put some aluminum foil over all of that after we protect it with electrical paste. Brush on electrical tape, basically. Funny you say that. But hold on. That's the slow version. Flashing lights warning. Because you have modes that aren't like that. Ah, shit. Okay. What the fuck? Like, okay. This one's just kind of sitting on the other one, and that might be the problem I'm having here. Yeah, it was pulling on the cord weirdly. Yes, you could imitate it. Which is why they are technically sold as off-road use only. However, they are still road legal because they do abide by all legal ramifications on turn signals and headlight visibility. They just have off-road use only capability. Yeah. Hell, you can even, in the state of Georgia, you can at least, you can run rainbow patterns. As long as it doesn't contain, versions of red. No, just versions of blue. They might also, have a stipulation on, red, but I'm not entirely sure. Red is typically used for fire emergency, and blue is for police. Ambulances use both. But yeah, so with these being done, I'm going to spend the next couple of days basically epoxying them into place and finalizing these, because all of the LEDs function. The only issue I had was a little bit of a wire crossover where the data and the ground were touching, and the other one where power and ground were swapped. But these LEDs are very robust. They take a beating and they keep on kicking. Ah, yeah, that's our police. That's how our police cars are here in the state of Georgia. In Minnesota, they use red and blue flashing on everything. Cherries and berries, they call it. This is all good. I love the way it looks. Now I've got to take some pictures for the co-worker. Told him I'd take pictures when I got home, but I got pretty much right to work on this. I know it's a shorter stream than we're used to here. Typically I start at 6:30, go to 9:30, but tomorrow I'm going to get home. I'm going to get these all finalized and everything. And then we're going to play some games. For the first time in a long time. Yeah, I still play games. Just not with your hearts. I don't know yet, Dave. I've got Destiny I gotta finish. I kind of want to play some COD with people. Warzone, because I don't have any of the new COD stuff. Or, now hear me out. If you're up, and you're up for it, you want to do Split Fiction with me. It's all up to you, Dave. But I do have that campaign of Destiny I can finish. I can do some Forza challenges. You know, there's a bunch of shit I could do. I've not really had much interest in gaming. Or we can go back to lighting and figure out why the fucking high beams don't function properly. There's always that option. Because that's got to be figured out at some point. Was it that bad, Dave? I really want to play it with somebody. Those type of co-op games. Now, It Takes Two, I did enjoy that. As far as how much of it I actually ended up getting to play. What's this text message? Oh, that's right. Well, to be fair, I can't find that song right now. Where are you? There it is. Totally forgot I was going to play my buddy's new album today. So let's Electrified might actually be one of my favorites on the album right now. Gotcha. I want to know what actually happened because, you know, my brain is stupid like that, but, you know, we don't have to go into it on stream. I am going to try and wind down here. Thank you. Out of respect for her, you know. Oh, that's a thing that I gotta do. I gotta go to Botrix chat bot. Is it? No, it's not the chat bot. I don't want to go premium right now. Cancel. Extras? Fucking hell, what is it? Widgets. Chat overlay. Don't hide old messages. Because we've been live on YouTube and I haven't been able to talk with them at all. Broken Mini, welcome to the pit crew. Thank you for the follow. All right, there. Cool. So this will be... It's going well. How are you? There we go. Can't complain? That's good to hear. I need more fucking display room. All right. Keep that there. And we'll do one of these numbers. There. You know, unfortunately, you caught us in a transitional period. We just got finished with the custom lights that I've been building. It took about total of 6.5, 7 hours to finish. There are 2 of those. To be fair, there are 2 of those. 1 for each headlight. But yeah. I am curious. No, not join now. Log in. Those are for a 2016 Ford Fusion, one of my clients. So I build custom headlights for a side job. This customer came in. We did the lights for him. He said they weren't bright enough. So we are doing everything we can to make them even brighter than they were, which was already stupid bright. This is all out of my own pocket for all of these lights for this, doubling the lights that are in it. Still making a slight profit on the job, but I'm all about making it right. And also his high beams aren't functioning properly, so we got to figure that out. I had to cut the wire to actually pass it through the light again, because I did it differently than the first builder, who did it completely wrong. And it was letting water into the system, which is why his lights failed after 8 months of being on the car and probably a total of 8 hours of use. So we're getting these right. Actually, I do need to go to Instagram to show you the car they are going on. There it is. So that's the car they're going on. After this, we have...
Always a Dave says, oh, that is sexy.
Yeah, it
Broken
is.
underscore mini says, damn. Broken underscore mini says, nice.
So this is a 2016 Fusion hybrid on airbags with a custom hood, custom grille, all of this, all of everything he's done has been custom. One-off pieces everywhere. So the fact that he's letting me touch his lights is just humbling in a little way. He's actually not too far away from me. I got to know him through the fusion flood that he puts on, or used to put on. He did that for 5 years before he hung it up and called it quits. This is the turnout for the last one. Nope. This was the third one out of 5. So this was the middle one. This was the turnout for the middle one. It was, I believe, I want to say close to 300
Always
cars
a
for the final
Dave
event.
says, holy moly. Broken Earth Harmony says, not bad.
Yeah, so he rented out the GoPro Motorplex in Mooresville, North Carolina, just outside of Charlotte, to put this on for the last 3 years that he did it. Well, this would have been the 4th year, second to last year. Because he started it in 2018. The first one I went to was 2019, and I went every year. Even when I lived in Minnesota, I went to this every year. It was 1,500 miles one way to go there.
Broken Earth Harmony says, I need to get back into events with something presentable.
So he did this, whatever you're driving, bring it on down. And that is how I live my automotive life. This is his Miata. I plan on seeing if he wants to do anything with that later on down the road. Oh, was that the last one? That might have actually been the last one. I lost track of time with that, but I know I made it to the last 4. And I sponsored the last 3. He must have run out of links. Because I did give him a discount for
Always a
holding
Dave
this event.
says, did they ever do the Fusion in an estate version over there?
No. And in the group that we're in, only one person in the entire group had the estate version.
Broken Underscore Mini says, we don't get the cool stuff.
So the one person that did have that, he lived in Finland, I think, and he ended up flying over for the 4th event just to hang out with us. So yeah, we had 213, 250 some cars. Yeah, 213 was
Always
the
a
official
Dave
count.
says, was that with the car or just him?
It was just him. He flew over without the car, but if I can remember his name, I can probably find it. Fusion foes. Roy Lauritsen.
I was in my late teens. Early 20s was also my ideal car.
So yeah, this was his car. Obviously before and afters. Early 20s was also my awesome. But yeah, so I want to do stuff for that too, but Next project after this is to clear lens swap another Fusion tail light system. I have an intake duct that we're doing LEDs on, so I've got the molds made. I've just gotta lay some epoxy into it and get the casting out. We're making that RGB to go with his headlights. And then I have another set of headlights lined up. And this is all before I can even touch my car again. Or the GTR lights I have back there. Ford Coyote swapped. Yes, that was Matt Sopa. Yeah, he's in the group too. I did get shouted out by one of the Fusion YouTubers on his channel, so that might have helped a little bit in the progression of my business here. But I've definitely learned the Fusion platform, although I do work on every make and model. It may take me a while, but what you get is a top-notch product with a 2-year workmanship warranty. And that is 2 years installed on the car. So if I have to take it off for whatever because something's broken, time gets paused. I mark it down in your file on my computer and whatever. It was done when I was there. What? I feel like I'm missing a piece of information here. Yeah. So 2-year workmanship warranty, 1 year on parts. Because that's the amount of warranty I get from my supplier. That one does not pause, but I will work with you to make it right. But yeah. Pickup or shipping is available. Test everything multiple times before it goes out. Like with this, I tested it when it was just a strip. Then I tested it once I cut it all up and put it on the light. That was just today. We had a couple of things that were issues, but these are very robust LEDs. I have run these on my car for the past 3 years when he came out with this revised design. I mean, Dave, I will if I can. I know I can ship parts overseas. It's not going to be cheap shipping. But this job right here was about an $1,800 job. $1,100 of that is parts. Just to be transparent, because we're doing demon eyes, custom demon eyes. I guarantee it. I make my shit to last if you're running on washers. You should see what I do when I test these, when I actually test them. I know this guy isn't going to drive it much, and when he does, he's on air. It's super smooth. He doesn't go all crazy with it. So I'm not too concerned about things coming loose. I'm just concerned about it being bright. If anything does come loose and an LED goes out, he's only, I think, a 6-hour drive from me. So I'll go pick it up. I met him 2 hours away from here when I had to pick these up to redo them after I did them the last time. Because he was down on vacation. I said, bring your lights with you. I'll meet you wherever you're at. Renault Clio, brand new within weeks. Factory lights or aftermarket lights. I don't care what gets shipped. I can also source them. I have my sources of places to get things. The clear lens job requires actually the aftermarket clear lens setup plus the factory lights to do, because they don't actually make a factory style clear lens. So the lady that I told her the price if I had to source everything, and she said, okay, what's it if you don't have to source it? I said like $500 to cut and glue. She sent me she sourced the parts, she sent them out, and now they're sitting in my living room waiting for this job to be done so I can hop onto that. But yeah, either you can send me a set of factory lights that you sourced, or you can go on Amazon, find a set of lights there. If it's a Fusion, don't get the Amazon ones. Get the Alibaba ones. No, don't get the Alibaba ones. Their glue is insane. I can't get those open. I have tried. I have a custom oven that can get up to 500 degrees. I was warping lenses before the glue would give way. And that oven runs on a fucking heat gun. Depending on the car, they do have replacement lenses. No, the Kia Sedona of all cars has replacement lenses. 90% of BMWs have replacement lenses because the originals are glass. Also, they're a highly modified car, so like highly modified cars do tend to have clear lenses available. 05 came in it, or 06. Sorry, my vision is apparently terrible. And then I do know a couple of manufacturers in Azerbaijan that can make custom clear lenses. They aren't cheap. I'm thinking about doing it for the GTR lights, but I might just sell these as is and get a set of clear aftermarkets, because these are you can't get just lenses. For whatever reason, you can't get red lenses, you can't get clear lenses, you can't get just the lens for the 35. So AliExpress does have those lenses available for your Cayman. Moose, I am out. But yeah, the guy I have in Azerbaijan, if I send him these lenses, he'll make clear ones for $800. for the first set. But once he has the tooling, it's like $300 for a set after that. So not bad, but when I can get a set of clear lenses, clear taillights for $300, I think I'm gonna go that route and just use the factory housing, because I know that the aftermarket housing is not gonna line up as good as factory. At $300 for an $80,000 car, no, yeah, that's not gonna line up at all. All the mounting tabs on those are fine. The only problem that is with them it was towed backwards and it cracked the lens right there. So I might be able to take that out and actually just put a piece of clear plexiglass in there, but that wouldn't be the right thing to do. Thank you for that, Dave. Let's see here. How many we got? We got 8 people here. What do we got over on Twitch? Good, we got none. That means I can start transitioning over here. Shit, I don't want to do that. I want to go here and see who's actually live, because I got a better list here. Let's see here. Because I am winding down. I got about 10 minutes left in my stream anyway. We're going to wind down and we're going to send y'all off to somewhere amazing. Come on back. Broken Mini, if you want to talk more about this Cayman, definitely hit me up. My links are in the link tree. So if you click the socials image, that is my link tree. Also under the socials, you got links to all of the different socials. The lighting Instagram is Jake N Designs. That's usually where I take all of my inquiries at. Where's my mouse? I have too many screens and they're all in weird different places. What is D-Mills doing? I think they got Grizz and D-Mills over there. Let's send you off to D-Mills. Another freshen up fam. Crow fam. Awesome individual. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I love you guys. Running, you need to get it running first, but then all right. If you need any help with anything, hit me up on Discord or whatever. I might be able to help walk you through some diagnostic stuff. It's been a while since I've done like the automotive side of mechanic work. I'm working on fairly basic shit at the airport in comparison. But good night to you all. Live fast. Drive. I did this on Sunday or Saturday too. Live hard. Drive fast. And be kind. Later.
just switched over. What's up, Garforce? Welcome in. Thank you for the freaking host. Had to hurry up, switch back to kick, brother, because I didn't know what just happened. Welcome in, everybody that came in with Garforce. My name is D Mills. Part-time, do this for fun kind of deal. Obviously, I have a dream of doing it full-time.
Bro, mine's